Hello and welcome. So we're into the third and final part of Mission 7, and before we get into it, we'll just, as always, check on our research. I've got a new item to research in the weaponry. I'll choose the disruptor just because. The reason I chose to reduce the amount of expenditure on the disruptors so that I don't lose any scientists after the mission is over, because if you over-research past the limit that's given, then your scientists start dying. As I've mentioned in previous missions. Settle the electron maces, as you saw there, and just make sure everybody has medkits, and now we're starting the mission proper. So, arm everybody with sniper rifles because there's an ambush of enemy agents waiting for us, as you can see. Just pick them off one by one. I don't actually target any of the agents myself. What I do is just put on the blue bars so that my agents will target them automatically. Only the agents that are not selected will fire automatically, so you just switch back and forth between Agent 1 and 2, and that way you make sure that everybody gets in their shots. There are some vehicles moving around which have enemies in them that you want to take out. One of them is a police car there, you can see it, and there's also an armoured car with some guards in it. There's also quite a lot of guards wandering around the city as well, and you want to make sure that you take all of them out. Because the objective, as in previous missions, for previous parts of Mission 7, I should say, is to persuade an enemy agent. And to do that we need to persuade a lot of civilians. But there's no point persuading civilians until you've cleared the city of enemies, because they will just shoot all of your persuaded civilians and you'll need to start all over again, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest. Now, you can just see that bunker there on the right side of the shop. There is another skin available inside that bunker. The easiest way to get hold of it is to excuse me, is to drop some high explosive and blow it up, and then you can easily pick up the briefcase with the skin inside. The skin is the flame skin. Agent 1 already has the kinetic weapon skin, which reduces damage by miniguns and rifles and so on. Only one agent. Agents can only have one skin at a time, so I'll give the flame skin to Agent 2, and this will reduce the damage taken by flamers and explosions by 50%. There's also a bank as well nearby, which we're also going to blow up and rob. You might remember that we have already been to Beijing once before, and I think we robbed the bank in that mission as well. It seems that they have rebuilt the bank and restocked it, so we're just going to blow it up again. You'd think they'd learn. When you set the explosive, police from the nearby police station will rush out, but I get kind of lucky here because the explosion takes them all out. That doesn't always happen, but sometimes you do get lucky. And there's just one policeman left. So that leaves us free to run around and pick up all the briefcases. I think you get about 2 million from this bank. So we've got loads and loads of cash now. And we've just about taken out all of the enemies around here, so we can now go up to the area where the enemy agent is that we need to persuade. There are guards and Cerberus IFFs, and there's also quite a lot of razor wire as well guarding the entrance. So I think before we start persuading any civilians, we'll just go and take out all of the defenses first, and make sure you take out the Cerberus IFS from a distance. Long-range rifles will ensure that you never have to get close to them. And there's that armored car. We hadn't finished it off before, so we will do so this time. Yeah, there it goes. Boom. So, there's a couple more Cerberus inside. There's the razor wire. But we've managed to get through it okay. And there's a couple of other guards and enemy agents. What's he doing? Random policeman? Not very wise tactic. Taking on 4 armored agents with just yourself. Blammo! Long range rifles, so devastating. Really. These targets are armored, but 2 hits will turn them into red paint. So we've got rid of all of the guards. The agent is in there somewhere. So now we're free to start persuading a lot of civilians. Oh, there's one more guard there. Let's get rid of him. Selected.
Persuadertron.
So, lots of civilians around this area. Yeah, tons of them there. So that will just be enough civilians in this one little area to give us enough power to then go and persuade the enemy agent. Yeah, we should have enough now. So to persuade him, just rush forward, put your super shield on first, because he will fire at you, but you won't get knocked back with your super shield on, and then you can just rush him and persuade him. When you do persuade him, then a group of guards will follow up and try and kill you. So get your weapons ready. There's also a flying car that will come around as well, so you want to try and rush back to the starting position to finish the level as quickly as possible. There's the enemy guards. Eventually took them out. Now we just sprint back to the starting position. There's the flying car. I think we'll just make a run for it rather than stopping to shoot it, but you can fire off a few volleys. I did actually take it out anyway. So that's it. That's the mission. We just need to wait for the enemy agent we've persuaded to get there. There he is. His shining blonde hair. And done.